I got a real question for y'all. How many times do you gotta get your food fucked up before you stop going to a particular restaurant? I wanna know. I'm just curious. What's the number? Salutations, greetings, welcome. This is Words with Ali. I'm your host, Ali Seavright, and this week's episode I'm gonna say some words on release. But more specifically, martial arts. Hey Johnson, I'm gonna need those files on my desk by the end of the day. And I need that Babinski file pronto. It's priority. Do that before you do any of the other ones, okay? Sir, you just gave me 4 feet of files. There's no possible way I can do this within an hour. I'm gonna need, at least a week to at least get a dent done on this. And the Babinski file, that's been completely messed up. I don't know who filed it before me, but everything's, mixed up. It's the stuff that's been redacted. I can't even touch it right now. It's just, sir, this is a lot of work. Joseph, all I'm hearing is excuses. You can easily complete this. Matter of fact, here's another file. Name's Gimmerman. He's got a thing going on. He's got a dispute with this guy named Jerry Smith.
Hey, yo, fuck him
going
up,
on.
Jerry.
I don't know. Who was that? Anyway, Jonathan, I need these files immediately. Please, sir, I just want to go home on time for once. I miss my wife's birthday. My child is doing a recital. I need to leave home on time, please. Listen, Johnny. Everything that happens outside of this office is bullshit. Your life is these files. And if I don't get these files, you're going to be out of a job. Now, do you want that, John boy? Sir, please, there's no possible way I can complete this work in the amount of time you've given me. Just be reasonable. Just be a human being, please. I have a life outside of this. I want to return to it. Please. I'm getting a little sick and tired of your guff here, Johannesburg. You gotta complete these files, or we're just gonna replace you. You want to be working in the mailroom? Huh? You know what, sir? You've been very disrespectful. And I feel like I need to reintroduce myself to you because you obviously ain't know who I am. I ain't Johnson. I ain't Joseph. I ain't Jonathan. I ain't Johnny. I ain't John Boy. And I'm certainly ain't Johannesburg. Where the fuck you get that name from? Who the fuck have you ever heard with the name Johannesburg? You got me all the way fucked up with that shit. Hey, yo, put your dukes up, yo. Fuck this job. Put your dukes up. Let's go. I'm the sort of ones, yo. I'll be fucked up. Alright, listen here, Jameson. You don't want to be acting out of character here. We got security. Fuck security. And you're looking awfully aggressive. Please.
I'm mad, motherfucker.
Who cares about the files right now? Please just relax. Take it down. Yeah, you about to relax real well, because you're gonna be unconscious, motherfucker. Looks like his boss isn't gonna give him all the files anymore. He's really getting fucked up. Hi, I'm Hannigan O'Houlihan. And this is Hands for Days. Are you tired of your boss giving you shit? We'll give him hands. Solve any problem immediately. And rectify all things. We are not liable for any charges occurred from using Hands for Days. Nice. Oh, that guy got fucked up. But now especially recently, we have been inside for a long time and haven't had, usual activities to go to release pent up energies, and I feel like that's very necessary to do. Because sometimes, if you don't do it, shit gets pent up too much and then you end up exploding and, popping off on a motherfucker. And I find, martial arts to be a great avenue to release pent up energy and also learn self-defense and get good exercise too. Because, fuck, man, it's fucking... When you're training, you're, getting there, you're like, binks, bunks, muscles, uppercuts, and all types of shit, spin kicks, nunchucks. But, I guess my journey with martial arts started at like a young age because my pops, he'd like randomly come home with like random kung fu movies, like and it's like 80s kung fu movies, like shitty, terrible dubbed. You killed my father. Well, your father was my brother, so that means we're family. Let's go to the Wulin Temple and train together. Okay. And like shit like that. And I don't know, me and my brother, we just get hyped on it. And we watch these movies like sometimes hours on end. And we'd practice some of the moves we saw in the movies. And like a lot of it is unrealistic, obviously, because, you know, it's like dudes like flying like 50 feet in the air. And then the dude kicked him in the nuts. And he uses like nuts and trapped the dude's foot. And like that was like a fucking move. Fucking Abbott White. I don't. Which movie was it? It's one of them fucking Fung Brothers movies back in the day. And they just did it. No, Shaw Brothers. That's it. It was a Shaw Brothers movie. And like, yeah, it's fucking. Dude literally captured the nigga foot with his nutsack and held it and then just fucked him up. And then, you know, proceeded, and the dude came back like years later after training, and then it's like, yo, my nuts are stronger than your nuts. And then, you know, they ended up having a fight. The dude lost, and then that was the end of it. It's kind of wild, the storylines for those old kung fu movies though. Still, like just yeah, fuck plot. Let's just have a motherfucker train for like decades just to beat one nigga, and then that's the end of it. Nothing else in between. It's just training. But I will say it wasn't until my pops came home with a couple video games, and I don't even know where he went to get this shit. Cause like he just come home randomly, just bringing shit. It's like, yo, I got these movies. Yo, I got this shit. And like he came home with these two games. One of them, well, both of them are my favorite games of all time. One of them was Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, which I'll touch upon on a later date. That game's fucking tremendous. I still play it till this day. It's fucking tremendous. Just amazing story. Fucking just great game. And then the other game was Shenmue 2. Now, Shenmue 2 was a continuation of the first Shenmue game, based on a young Japanese high schooler named Ryo Hazuki. His father was killed by, I guess, a Chinese gangster named Lan Di, and he stole a jade mirror. And so the whole first game was about Ryo Hazuki trying to find clues to find who Lan Di is and where to find him and all this type of shit. He gets mixed up in some shit with some sailors and some forklift shit going on. There's a lot of funny monotone shit. But I'd say Shenmue 2 was the one that, you know, kind of really got me into the world of martial arts, cuz that game, man, like it was, cuz at the time it was like 1999, like 2000, around that time, and like there wasn't a game like it. There wasn't really a game like it, and like you can literally learn kung fu moves like from people, random people that you find in the game, and then scrolls and shit. And like that game just like is so intuitive, like the moves that you could do and like the different combinations of shit. It was one of those games that really pushed the envelope on what we should expect from fighting games, and just like storyline too, because it's like the gameplay was amazing, but like the fucking storyline just fucking wow. And the accuracy that they portrayed, because it's like based 1987 Hong Kong, and the previous one was like 1986 Japan, and like it was just fucking mesmerizing. Because at that time we didn't see that much detail go into a game before. Although they could have worked a little bit more on the, I guess the dialogue, because the main character Rio, he's like, yeah, he's not a big talker. Do you know where I can find Lan Di? Do you know the Four Wudu? I'm looking for Master Li Xiao Tao. And like just monotone and shit, but like it kind of worked. It's kind of funny. But there's this thing in the game where you can look at the moves list, and it shows you um the steps into doing each move that he does, like crescent kicks, like overthrows, shoulder throws. This thing called like Dark Side Hazuki, which is like it's like a judo throw, but they just renamed it for the game. And yeah, me and my brother would like look at the different moves and then practice it, and basically train martial arts from this game, because like you could learn like real, these were real moves that you can do in real life, and we're just like fucking learning it from this game. And yeah, it was a fucking amazing experience. And then we got into doing, we did karate for like a year, and then we got into doing like this Armenian version of karate called Nurkanuj at a local place near our house. Um, my brother he got really deep into it. I didn't get too deep into that. I got to like a yellow belt. It's great exercise, but I felt like I wasn't progressing the way I wanted to with it. And then my friend's uncle was teaching him jujitsu and judo, and I happened to just be hanging around the house and witnessed this, and I was like, hey, I like to learn some of this shit. This looks pretty cool. And yeah, for like a few years, I was just training in my friend's garage with his uncle, and practicing judo and jujitsu, and just learning more about like Japanese culture and like etiquette, and like diving deep into like the world of martial arts. Like I'd say I got to the level of maybe, I don't want to say black belt, but I'd say like brown belt around there with judo. And I learned how to like control not only myself, but like in situations where people are threatening me, I can control someone that's attacking me pretty effectively without having to use like a lot of force, because that was always a problem where if I got into a fight, I'd just like be too dangerous. Like I'd be too strong, I'd be hitting them, and I'd go too far sometimes. But with the judo, I could kind of control the situation, overpower them, but not completely demolish them to the point where it's like, oh, this guy's got to go to the hospital. That's wild. But it's also like a safe way to, get some of that pent up energy out without like causing harm, which is, I felt like a really great thing at that time, because like, yeah, I was going through some shit, and like it allowed me to go through it without causing destruction, because a lot of the time people find very destructive outlets for the energy, like I guess, yeah, fighting, drinking, drugs, fornicating. Oh, there's nothing wrong with fornicating, but when it gets to the point where you're like, yo, I'm just like waking up in different people's beds like every night, and like, yo, getting diseases and shit, like, yo, shit getting fucked up, saying, motherfucker, you can't be out there and someone slapping this, one of those slip and slide, what I'm talking about, motherfucker, you gotta relax, what I'm saying, nigga, like, shit, yo, what I'm saying about, what I'm talking about. Next thing I wake up that shit, and people talking about like Anaconda malt liquor, and he like, what the fuck talking about Anaconda malt liquor, and he like, oh shit, that makes sense. But then shit happens. That's life. I feel like everybody has like a whole phase that they just gotta go through to know that, and he's like, hey, this ain't it. But yeah, martial arts was I guess the more active outlet to get out some of the energy. Like I had music, I had cooking, but martial arts was something I always went to when like none of those felt right or enough to address the amount of energy that I just wanted to release. And like, yeah, martial arts is like, it teaches you discipline and gets you like physically and mentally straight. And it's also fucking useful. I've had to use it many times. Motherfuckers like, yo, they see a big dude, it's like, yo, I want to challenge him to a duel. It's like, yo, This is not Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Like, why are you trying to fight like that? I'm just trying to go about my day. Why y'all causing problems? I'm peaceful. Why can't you be peaceful? It's like, nah, man, I'm ignorant. I want to be about stupid shit. Let's fight. And then, so it's useful to disarm and, take down people without having to, brutally assault them to stop them. And I find that to be extremely useful. But, most of the time I just disarm people with comedy. It's like, make them laugh and like they're no longer angry. And then you end up, hanging out with people and making new friends. But I don't fuck with them ignorant motherfuckers. Motherfuckers that you literally can't talk to. They're just ignorant. They're on some dumb shit. And them people you just gotta avoid. And sometimes you can't avoid them and then you end up in a situation. And then that's where martial arts comes in. Crescent kick a motherfucker to the chin. And then catch them in a fucking rear naked choke, put them to sleep. Drag them to a bench, put them on the bench. Sit them on the side. That's it. Done deal. No more problem. No more threat. And, I feel like martial arts is one of those things where everybody should experience it and know some, just for self-defense. Because this world is fucking wild. And, like, I keep hearing about all the things that, especially, like, what women go through, like, just navigating the world by themselves outside, just trying to get to their car, get to their house, and, like, interacting with like wild motherfuckers doing stupid, dumb, horrific shit. And it's scary. So I feel like the best way to arm yourself rather than having a weapon is to know how to use your body as a weapon. But a weapon of peace. Not a weapon of destruction, because man, some people out there, they're just like, yo, I learned this new thing, and then like just kick a dude in his neck and like next thing you know, you're getting arrested, going to jail. But like, everyone should know self-defense. Everyone should know how to defend themselves in certain situations and be able to just navigate life safely without having to look over your shoulder every day and feel like, oh, if you go in this certain area, or even if you just leave your house at a certain time, some shit's gonna pop off. It's like, that's not it's not the way it's supposed to be. But sometimes it is. It's a reality for a lot of people. It's like, yo, I literally can't go over to this area at this time because it's sketchy. And it's like, fuck. I guess that's life. If you know martial arts, it makes it a little bit easier to navigate that. But I'm talking about energy though. Gotta be able to release the negativity, the pent up energy, the negative self talk. Release the shit that's not benefiting you. Martial arts is a way to punch out all of that shit. Because the strongest people I've known in my life are people that have delved their lives into martial arts or just training in general and improving their bodies, and their bodies along with their minds become strong. Like a good example is like if y'all ever watched that show Cobra Kai on Netflix. Great show, I love it. And the one of the main characters, he's this high school kid. He's getting bullied by a bunch of other kids, and he feels weak. He's just like, down on himself all the time. And then he meets the original bully from the Karate Kid movies, and he teaches him martial arts, and then gains confidence. He's become strong, and he gets back at the bullies, but he doesn't like abuse it. I mean, I don't want to spoil the show, but yeah, shit get fucked up. Man, motherfucking broke. Oh, my neck, man, my shit broke, nigga. It was like, oh, my back. It's like, oh shit, man, you kicked that motherfucker. Like, oh shit, that's my son, nigga. That's my son. He's learning martial arts from my enemy, yo. What the fuck? How you gonna teach my kid this shit, bitch? What the fuck? I'm Cobra, nigga. Snake gang, nigga. And like, I just, I summarized that so terribly. But, yeah. Martial arts changed his life and it made him a stronger, more competent person. And I feel like that's, something that everyone can add to their life and, make themselves elevated. And also, I'm excited because they're bringing out season 5 soon, sooner than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like another year or so, but yeah, I'm gonna watch the shit out of that. And the best thing you can do is watch it and maybe pick up on some of the moves they're doing. Maybe get inspired to start learning. I know there's a shit ton of places you can go to, learn martial arts, or even just like look up shit online. The internet's a great resource. They got shit you can just YouTube videos and pamphlets and whatever. And learn martial arts and get on like a training regime. Cause like, yeah, martial arts is like, it's like a lifestyle, to be honest. Cause once you delve into it deeply, like your whole life revolves around it. Everything is training. Sitting on the toilet, you squat instead of, actually sitting, but you do like a horse stance and, actually really helps with the release. I should not talk about BMs. But yeah. But it is a release though. You are releasing pent up that's a different type of release, but then he also got the different type of release, I'm talking about. I don't talk about that different type of release because, I know how y'all thinking. Oh, you hear release, it's like, oh, this the man's talking about release. Oh, shit. I didn't know Zach type of podcast. God damn. Getting dirty up in here. Okay. But, that's also a type of release, pent up energies, pent up feelings and whatnot, releases. Nothing wrong with it. Everyone does it. It's natural. Just don't get overzealous. You end up with like one arm that's just, super strong and the other one's like wimpy and shit. I mean, you probably murder it if you're doing arm wrestling or something. I don't know. But I don't think anyone would want to arm wrestle you though. It's like, yeah, it's kind of gross. It's like, why is it still wet? But but yeah, get into martial arts, but get into releasing that energy. Can't let it just build up in you, and because it'll turn to negative shit. And that's what it usually does. It's like a fire. It's good to warm up and keep you hot, but eventually if you just keep that fire in you for too long, it just burns you out. It eats you up from the inside. It starts turning to shit. So you just gotta build like a bonfire with it. Warm yourself up. Warm up other people with it. Share it. Share your fire. Because winter is coming. Also, on that note, that new, was it House of Dragons? Yeah. Fucking Game of Thrones. There's a lot of new shit happening. This is what I like about the fall. Oh, yeah, Rick and Morty. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of shit happening. Like, fuck. It's going to be hard to fucking do outdoor stuff with all these new shows. It's a tragedy. Should get a treadmill or something. Watch TV on the treadmill. That's multitasking right there. Get your cardio in and watch your entertainment at the same time. It's not bad. It's not a bad idea. I might do it. So yeah, that's me saying words. Martial arts. Release that energy. Release it in the form that feels comfortable to you. And, continue on your journey. There's always something to do. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.